blender. We them ninjas, yeah. Chop it up like a blender. Quick, fast, cut your grass, yeah. Chop it up like a blender. Quick, fast, cut your grass, yeah. Chop it up like a blender. Saving green, be the team. We gon' pull up on the scene. Cut your grass by any means. It started out as just a dream. Like Biggie, now we the best in the city. Like Biggie, now we the best in the city.
What's up, ninjas? What is up on this? What is it? Sneaky Saturday. You know, there's always something sneaky going around on Saturday. Yeah. Hope all you ninjas are doing good on this beautiful sneaky Saturday. It's beautiful now. It's been raining all this morning and into this afternoon, well, noonish. No work today. I was actually gonna finish everything off today and have a day off tomorrow, but it flipped on me. So that means I'm off today and I gotta work tomorrow. But that's okay, because I'm taking advantage of this day. I did a few errands, did a couple of things that I don't get to do during the week. And we'll finish the week strong tomorrow. And then Pump Monday is a new week, man. Going into my second month solo. Now, if you're wondering what I've been doing, Benny, what are you doing? What are you doing? I had to get all the equipment out just to get to the stand-on spreader, because it was the very last one in the back. And if you're wondering what I'm doing with that, well, tomorrow I have a job where I'm mowing. It's the 2-acre property, well, almost 2 acre. You know, the new one that I showed you a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I guess. Yeah, it's a bi-weekly. And we're gonna throw down some lime, not seed. We're gonna throw down some lime for the customer in the back to adjust the pH levels. And she's got a lot of mushrooms that pop up during the spring and summer. And so I told her I'm happy to throw down some lime to raise those pH levels. And hopefully that will help. Not really sure. I told her I'm not really sure if it's gonna completely fix her issue, but it will help. So that's what we're doing tomorrow, or at least one of the jobs. I've got a couple of other mows. I have a topsoil job that I need to get to. That was originally planned for today, but I'm gonna have to do it first thing Monday morning before I get to my mowing route. So not a problem. It's a small little, I don't know, 25, 26, 27, like 3,000 square foot topsoil job. So we're gonna use the spreader on Monday, and we're gonna get that job knocked out before we get to any mowing. But for tomorrow, I'll knock out a few little mowing jobs that I have left from this week, and the stand-on spreader. The backyard is a pretty big backyard for some of you loyal ninjas, if you watched the last video on that property 2 weeks ago. So I don't want to use just the push spreader. I want to go ahead and use the stand-on spreader. I'm going to start using the Spartan mower here soon. I mentioned it before, I've just been using the sgninjas mower because I haven't used that mower all season last season. So I don't want it to just sit. But anyway, what we're doing today, we're gonna take a look at something that came in, and then we're sharpening the blades on the sgninjas mower and the new Bumblebee, right? I'm taking advantage of today, right? Because I'm not working. Go ahead and get those sharpened. I'll show you the RBG 712 that I mentioned in, I think, my last video that I use. I love it. It does great for me. And that's it. That's pretty much going to be it. But we are going to talk about something today. Something that is changing. But Nick, what is it, Nick? That's right. I am upgrading something on the new Bumblebee. Let me put all this stuff back in and we'll get to it. By the way, this is not a push mower. If some of you who may have not caught some of the previous videos where I made it when I first got this little machine right here, but this is an actual miniature walk behind. The only difference is you don't have a Velke, nor can you really put a Velke on this. But the wheels lock in, so it can act like a regular push mower, and they lock out, as you can see, just like a walk behind. So it's a miniature walk behind. And so far, the only thing that I've noticed that's a bit of a downfall on this is small fuel tank. So this fuel tank is super small, and it's really designed for those small little granny yards. But it's perfect for those areas where you can't put in a bigger mower
32, fits most gates, and real easy controls right here. And you got your speed right here, and this is how you engage your blades. Throttles right here. So it's a really, really unique miniature walk behind is what I call it. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you, but everything is in. Gonna put that on the trailer because we'll be using that tomorrow. Got the mower jacked up. Always make sure at least you have one jack stand just for safety. If you ever come into a situation where you make a pass and it doesn't look like it's cutting all the grass and you're having to make several passes, a lot of times your blades could be dull, and that's the case. I'm pretty sure mine are, just because I've gone 2 weeks now without it. I like to do it weekly, but sometimes you just don't have the time. But another thing that you need to keep an eye out for is sometimes it's not your blades, ninjas. Sometimes it's the buildup of grass underneath your deck. And what I mean by that is the deck has to stay clean in order to have the proper vacuum of air to lift that grass up, so that way the blades can cut it. And so sometimes your blades are actually fine, but if you have a lot of buildup, you're gonna have that issue. So not only do you need to keep your blades, of course, sharp and keep an eye on them, but keep an eye on your deck. Make sure you clean out your deck if there's any buildup of grass as often as possible, especially if you're cutting a lot of wet grass. Now, I don't know, a lot of you may use different things. I picked this up at Amazon. It's a nice little scraper. It's got a heavy brush on the one end and a triangle on the other that you can rotate. So if you need like a sharper end or maybe not as sharp of an end, and it works fine. It's plastic. And one thing in the past I've used is old blades, and a lot of you ninjas told me not to do that because I'm scraping metal on metal, and that will create rust in the future. So I ended up getting this. It's plastic, and honestly, I think it was like 12 bucks, 11 bucks, something like that. It does just fine. So let's take a look underneath my deck and see how the blades look and if it has a lot of buildup. So the blades are actually not too bad. Yeah, they need to be touched up, that's for sure. But look at this buildup. And this is what has been causing for me to have to make multiple passes, and it takes a lot of time. So you lose a lot of time when you're having to make multiple passes to get that clean cut. So it's very important. I had a feeling this was the case with me, but I also knew the blades probably needed to be touched up. And if I look all the way around, look at that. And I have been cutting a lot of morning dew grass, really wet. And even about a week ago, I've been cutting a lot of wet grass with rain. So this is amazing how it builds up, and it really messes up your vacuum, and the deck does not do the job that it's supposed to do. So what I basically do is take my scraper and just kick it all down. Now this can be a little process, depends how much buildup you have. So it could be something that can take you a few minutes or 30 minutes. Obviously this is going to be quite the job, so I'm not going to record the whole time I'm doing this, but I just wanted to show you what other thing you need to keep an eye on if you're having the same issue as I have had these last couple of days. And it's really started, you know, I started to notice it pretty heavy this week really. Last week was fine, but this week is, wow, this is amazing. I'm gonna get some gloves too, because I don't want all this stuff on my hands. You know, you pick up all kinds of stuff in the yard. All right, I'll show you the finished product. Well, there you have it. That was a lot. Try to do your best to get as much as possible, because like I said, any little bit that's left, like especially a bigger chunk, will affect your vacuum. I used a brush. Don't ever forget about the lip right here. And as you can see that? I used the brush to just break the grass up. I mean, you don't have to have it perfect. You see right there. You don't have to have it perfect, but if you just break the grass up. Once you turn the blades on, any little bit that's left, it'll just shoot it right out. So yeah, there you have it. Got some rope on there. That's normal. You'll pick that up. And I think she's much better than what it was. Looking at the blades, like I said, they need to be touched up just a little bit, but they're actually not that bad. Ever since I bought this mower, because this is pretty new, I've been really careful how I mow, make sure I don't hit anything, and I haven't like hit a stump or even like little chunks of rocks or stuff. I haven't. I've been really careful with it. So here is the RBG 712 that I've been talking about. I love this thing. As you can see, you already got that 30-degree angle. You just put your blade in here and slide. They are pretty pricey, I'm not gonna lie. They're not cheap at all, but if you like to do your own blades, you like to sharpen your own blades, this absolutely is a time saver. So I still have a little bit of life on this, not much though. And you can rotate this so that way you're using both sides. But I do have a new one as well when this one completely goes out that I will be putting back on. So in tonight's video, I'm not gonna really show you the blade sharpening process because I didn't plan on that, and I have several other videos that are all about this, but I wanted to at least show you what I used. Some of you might have missed some of the older videos. So as I mentioned, this is a brand new unit. I think I got about 34 hours on it or so, give or take. I used the power shoot design for the sgninjas mower. I bent it on accident and I have to fix it a little bit more. I did a little bit, but I need to beat on it just a little bit more with a hammer. Works fine, other than me, you know, damaging it a little bit there. I haven't had any issues with it. It hasn't given up on me. It's pretty durable. They last, and it works great, you know, push of a button. So when I got the new mower, the power shoot design company, my boy Alex, reached out and said, "But Nick," I said, "Don't give me that, but Nick. What do you want?" I'm just kidding. And he said, "Hey, can't have a new Bumblebee without a power shoot design." So he sent me another shoot for the Bumblebee, which I'm not going to install today. I don't have time because still got to get to the sharpening of the blades. But I wanted to at least show you. And this is really cool. He always, with all his packages, he sends out a cup, which I have truly enjoyed for coffee and other things. And I wonder if it's the same color as the other one, because the other one was black. Oh no, this one's green. I like it. Power shoot design, built commercial cup. That is awesome. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. I know there's other brands out there, you know, that people use, and that's fine. If it works for you, you get what you get. But this has really worked for me. I really enjoy it. It's simple installation, and you can put your little trigger right here wherever you want, wherever it's handy. One thing I like about this is some of you will say, "I like the foot pedal one down there between your feet," and that's fine. But the problem is, for me, I feel like it might be in the way. I don't know. And you always have to look down to step on it. But with this, you don't really have to look down. You just keep moving. You take one hand off of your controls, which normally I can control the mower with one hand if needed for a short period of time. And you just press the trigger and voila. But anyway. And for those of you who don't know, he can match all of your shoots by color. So if you have a Ferris, he can send you a red one. If you have a Toro, he can send you a red one that matches that mower. Yellow one for Wright. And then of course he sent me the white one for the sgninjas mower. So anyway, I just wanted to show you. Alex, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I love the power shoot design. It is really nice. Here's his information. I mean, you can check it out at powershootdesign.com, or you can just call 866-939-4482 if you guys are in the market for one. The shoe blockers are really nice because it doesn't stop you from mowing in the directions that you want to mow, but it also helps you avoid shooting grass into those beds where later you're going to have to blow them out. Again, it's all about timing. Time is money. So if you can avoid any of that to save yourself even just a few minutes, those few minutes per yard will add up to hours at the end of the day. So before I lose daylight, because I got to keep going, I got to get this done and then do the Ninjas mower. The new Bumblebee is getting a makeover.
But Nick, what are you doing, Nick? What kind of makeover? What are you doing?
So, as you ninjas see, I have been running the wheels on the 61 Ninjas mower, and I love them. Absolutely love them. And why I never got wheels for the 52 in the past, like the last 52 that I had, is because on the 61 they line up directly with your deck, and I don't want my tires sticking out further than my deck, because that will create a problem down the road. So I never really cared to look into it on the 52, and I always told myself if I get another 61 or something, I will definitely go with the wheels, even though the Spartan 61 didn't come with the wheels. I'm not really sure if it was even an option at the time for them. But now I have made the decision that I am going to go ahead and take these tires off and put wheels on it. And here's why. For one, they didn't have that, as I said in the past, where they'll stick out on the 52 further from the deck. Well, now that's not an issue anymore. So from what I'm being told, and my understanding is, they've got it now figured out where you can actually line up your wheels with your deck on a 52. So that is absolutely, as soon as I found that out, I was like, yes, that's what I want. I'll take those off, and then when I trade this mower or sell it or whatever, they're brand new tires. I'll just put them back on, keep the wheels for my next mower. Now, the debate is, are wheels worth the money compared to the tires? My personal opinion, yes, they are. Two reasons. Number one, they're going to last you longer. So the set of wheels that I get for this mower, I can have it for another mower or two, and especially as often as I trade them or sell them, I can probably have it 3-4 more mowers. They hold hills better, they're wider, and they last longer. So those two things are, that answers everything. Not to mention, of course, flats, right? Picking up nails, things of that nature. There's it's just, it makes sense to go with wheels. And one other thing I've noticed is, for some reason, the wheels are more comfortable. They're just way more comfortable than regular tires. Now, are they more expensive? Yes, they are. But look, a new tire on that size of a tire, for example, you're probably looking about 150 to 250 bucks, right? Give or take. And you know, if you keep the mower for a long time, you're going to go through a couple of sets of tires. But wheels, they are a little bit more pricier. They're probably around, I think my dealer, by the way, I spoke with my dealer and he's ordered me a set. I think they're about 1,200 bucks. But it's so worth it, ninjas. It is so worth it. I will put this SG Ninjas mower on any hill, hills that I never thought I could put it on. It will hold a hill like it's nothing. And before you know it, ninjas, wheels, I don't know how many of you have been keeping up with it, but in a few years, they're going to be an option for your trailer. They're going to be an option for your truck. And believe me, I am going all wheels. So I guess you can say I'm getting wheeled out. Anyway, but it's so worth it, and I cannot wait till they come in, and we're going to chain them together, of course, and it's going to be awesome. So that is the makeover that the Bumblebee is getting, and so just stay tuned on that. I'm not really sure when they'll come in, how long it takes the dealer to get them in, and then he'll send them to me. If you notice, the fronts are already run flats, and once I replace that, then these two mowers are going to be like tanks, man. Nothing is stopping them. Because right now, I still have to be careful with the Bumblebee. You know, you can get a flat. with the Ninjas mower, no problem. Construction sites, anything like that, I don't have to worry about it.
I hope you ninjas have enjoyed. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Spend time with your families, get ready for next week. I don't know how many of you have been affected by this rain or bad weather. How many of you are working tomorrow? I know I am.
I got to finish up my list and then get ready for Pump Monday, but I am glad I'm getting this knocked out. So that way I'll be ready to go for not only tomorrow, but next week as well.
So thank you for tuning in for another one. I appreciate you, ninjas. And we'll see you maybe tomorrow, maybe Pump Monday. We'll see. Take care.
Saving
Have a good
green.
one. Peace.